The moment these NFC teams have waited for all season long. We're away in Wild Card Weekend. He's got a lane up past the 30. And he gets across the 30 before he's brought... So their offense out now to get this game started. It's 1st and 10. Now for the first time, they turn to the rookie from Texas. And he'll be out of bounds right along the 40. Good run, gets him 7. That brings up 2nd and 3.
That's a run that you'll take the result in the NFL every time. A nice play, a solid game, but it's also a run that you know, and you may come back to. Because if you were that close to breaking off an explosive one, you really break the backs of a defense.
2nd and 3 now. Dak now from the gun. This one is tipped away and incomplete. Good positioning to make a play on it. That forces 3rd down.
I think you're seeing why they like this guy in coverage, man. He reacts well to throws and is so adept in breaking up passes right through contact or before they ever reach the target.
Last pass unsuccessful, and they have 3rd down here. From the gun is Prescott. And that one hits the deck. No fear from them trying to go deep on 3rd down. You love that. Don't love the fact they couldn't connect. 4th down coming up.
You know, there's not a lot of tight ends who are true weapons this far down the field. Not a lot of cover guys who can match up with them in terms of size. They tried to get it to him in a spot where he could win it, but no connection to be made.
Punt team is on now, and they get this away. And he's hit before he can get anything on that return. That punt goes unanswered. No return there. And it's going to be Vikings football. And the drive will start out with a 1st and 10. First carry here for Aaron Jones. And he gets absolutely popped to end that one. It's a solid 7-yard pickup on 1st down. Now they're going to have 2nd and 3.
I'm not kidding you, Kate. A run of that length at the NFL level, honestly, is the equivalent of a run of 15-plus at the high school level. It's hard in the run game to make yards, and they just got a very successful one.
And he'll pick up enough to move the chains.
Well, looky here. You don't even have to worry now about a 3rd down call as that run moves the sticks. Now that call you had ready, though, you can recycle it and save it for later for that next 3rd down coming. And
he'll push this upfield and earn them a new set of downs.
The elite running backs in this league, they don't just see what's right in front of them. You set up big runs like this because they see what's behind them. That's called extraordinary vision and extra yards.
New slated downs to approach here from the 40. Here's McCarthy, 1st and 10. Connects with his back, Aaron Jones. He's got a gain of 6 there. It's Kenneth Murray on the tackle.
That is the epitome of staying on schedule. That kind of completion right there on 1st down. Well, it opens up the entirety of the playbook for 2nd down. With 3rd and short in your back pocket, you can get even more aggressive and take that shot.
2nd and 4. Able to find Hawkinson. And that tackle stops him after a solid gain.
He's just one of those guys, Kate. Even when he's not open, he's still a target thanks to that physicality and his ability to just play bully ball. They don't like forcing into coverage, but sometimes when you got a bully like him that can create space, you just find a way to get him the ball.
Looking to throw on 3rd and 1. He has the first over the middle. And they finally bring him down, but that is a big gain and a new set of downs. It's a pickup of 34 yards. And that's going to give the Vikings the 1st down.
Now, right there, that's what you want to see on your opening drive. Boom! Connect on a big shot, and instantly you set a tone that you're not going to be afraid to be aggressive in this game today. Boy, do I love that.
And the defense gets there to force a small loss.
Well, he was supposed to be the one who chipped away a few and got a new set of downs started right in rhythm. Instead, he's now forced to pick himself from behind the line thanks to a great effort defensively.
All right, here we go. 2nd down. From the shotgun, McCarthy. And there's a man there. It's intercepted. And the Cowboys are going to have it. And he's going to hang on to that football. That's his 1st career interception. Well, they were thinking at least a field goal on the drive if they couldn't reach the end zone, right? But the interception keeps them from even getting 3 out of this possession.
You really hope at the end of this game you don't look back and go, shoulda, woulda, coulda. If we could have gotten some points out of that drive early, we wouldn't be in the situation we are in now.
Here's the lone back on the handoff. And he found some running room for a nice gain. Just a little short, but still a 9-yard pickup. That's going to bring up 2nd and 1.
Well, that doesn't net a 1st down. You get yards like that in the run game, you will take it in the NFL.
Nice spot here for the offense. It's 2nd and 1. From the 19. Flushed out of the pocket. It's taken in by Lamb. And they're going to bring him down just beyond the 30 at the 31. Here's Prescott, 1st and 10. Bails out of the pocket quick. And oh, someone stepped in. It's intercepted. Vikings get it back after a marvelous defensive effort. Well, no doubt there was some doom and gloom on the sideline following their interception, right? But a little bit of new life now as their defense picks him up, gets it right back for them.
Hey, I am all for a nice little game of one-upmanship between these two defenses. You picked on a guy off, fine. We'll answer right away. See how you follow that up.
It's a gain of 3 for him. That brings up 2nd and 7.
Okay, that's a run that's ho-hum on the stat sheet, but if you see a bigger play on the ground later on, it'll largely be because of a play just like that one, softening up the front and opening the door for a bigger gap in the future.
Into the hands of Jefferson, complete. And he's brought down inside the 10 at the 9. That one goes for 15, and now they're going to have 1st and goal.
I think my favorite part was the magic he worked after the catch. The way he took the completion and made so much more out of it by adding all the extra yardage.
4 downs now to get in. Here's 1st and goal. They'll run here with Jones. Hits Jones, touchdown. They kept it on the ground as opposed to airing it out, and that time, well, Brock, the ground game paid off.
Well, these great rushing attacks down here that could score rushing touchdowns, it takes the whole party getting involved. Yeah, the burst of the running back was tremendous. How about the launch of his blockers right off the line of scrimmage? That's a touchdown the entire way, and it took the entire group offensively.
That one right down the middle. And the Vikings will jump out to a 7-0 lead. Here's Reichert set to kick this away. Fielded at the 7. Returns looking good so far. Free up the middle. It's a breakaway. At the 20. There it is. Touchdown, Dallas. The Cowboys get it down to a single point. The advent of a new style of kickoff in 2024 created all sorts of new strategies to generate big returns. And Brock, here, we see their own design executed to perfection to spring them for 6.
Yeah, I don't know if we've seen a rule change that has invigorated special teams coaches, head coaches, all the coaches, as much as this one did this offseason, each looking for their own wrinkle to try to throw in there and do what we just saw, break it the length of the field for 6 big points.
After watching one kick get taken back, partner, let's see how well they can replicate it as this one's away. So new kickoff rules. This is going to come out to the 30, not the 25 on the touchback. They'll get this drive started. 1st and 10. From the shotgun, McCarthy. Well, the pressure nearly got to him, but still a good play defensively as that one falls incomplete.
Well, that's one you chalk up to the pressure earning that incompletion. They came in before he could find a target, hit him, altered that last-second attempt to get rid of it.
2nd and 10, McCarthy. Fits it through the middle. And they catch up to him, but not until he's got a huge gain and a 1st down. That one hits for 30. And it'll bring up a Minnesota 1st down. New slated downs to approach here from the 40. 1st and 10. Oh, the football's loose. And the Cowboys scoop it up. And they'll take him down at the 43-yard line.
You know, this just can't happen on 1st down. It really can't. I mean, ball security's at a premium on every down, every distance. But on 1st down, it is especially a killer.
Blown back in the backfield, and he gets the handoff. And they'll bundle this up after a 4-yard gain. That tackle made by Blake Cashman. We'll get a stoppage now. Looks like we have someone banged up after that run in need of some attention. 2nd and 6 coming up here. Dak off the play fake. That's to his running back, Miles Sanders. And he's brought down right in the neighborhood of that 40-yard line. It's a pickup of 14 yards as the chains reset.
Year after year, the best offenses are multifaceted. It's not just the receivers or the tight ends that can make plays through the air. When you get running backs that can attack the middle of the field like that, man, is it difficult on a defense.
And he'll get him a handful on that run as we've reached the end of the 1st. 1 quarter gone in our opening round game of the NFC postseason. Scoreboard showing 7th. Second quarter all set to begin, and it'll be Cowboys football. They're looking at 2nd and pretty short. They go right back to Sanders. And that short gain is enough for a new set of downs.
You know what I like about a second and short run play, Kate? Yeah, I like getting a first down. But you know what I like even more? That's going to set up a play action pass in a similar down and distance, and that defense is going to have to key on the run.
The drive picks up here, 1st and 10. Here's Sanders once more. And he's brought down for a loss.
This is one of those plays that I wish we had the huddle mic'd up, Kate, because I can assure you that offensive line in their own way is telling their running back, sorry, we did not give you any chance.
Here's 2nd and 11. Brought in by Jake Ferguson. And he gets this down to the 13-yard line. He picks up 15 on the play. And it'll be 1st down, Dallas.
I'm sure coach and play caller doesn't mind making the job a little bit easier. You know, play calling's a lot simpler and easier when you count on the offense to move the chains on those early downs.
Up to the line, and they're set. 1st and 10. Handoff here to Sanders. And he found a little room to turn it into a nice gain down to the 6. Good rip on 1st down. That brings up 2nd and 2.
So much to like about that run, Kate, particularly what he was able to get out of it. The defense, I think, feels a little fortunate they were able to track him down before an even bigger run and crossing that 1st down marker.
On the give, it's Sanders. And he's caught behind the line for a loss. Offense up to the line fast. Play action, Prescott. He's on the move. Oh, no touchdown. It's intercepted. And they bring him down, but there's a flag on the field. And they're going to go ahead and let the play stand as it happens. They decline the penalty. Straight ahead they go with Jones. And he gets up for a gain of about 4.
That is just a good, solid run right there. I know, it's pretty basic commentary, but sometimes football can be basic. It keeps you on schedule, that kind of yards per carry, and you move the sticks.
That's Jones working the sideline, complete.
That's a defense's goal, right, Kate? Just get us to 3rd down so we can have a chance to get off the field. And that was a good adjustment on that stop in particular, when the back ended up being the target, and they were able to keep him short of the sticks.
McCarthy throwing on 3rd down. That heater is going to fall to the turf.
You feel unlucky? Well, do you? Well, he should, because the quarterback got away with one right there. That was an easy pick dropped by the defense.
Gets this one away from a tough spot, backed up inside the end zone. Punt taken at midfield. And the coverage team is there as he fields it, so almost nothing on that return before he stopped. First and 10, ball set up at the 48. This is Sanders headed left. And he'll get this through the midfield stripe and starts pushing into Vikings territory. Cowboys have to get moving here. Clock still running. Motioning the tight end now. Sanders on the give, headed right. And the defense gets there to force a small loss.
Range is not an optional feature for middle linebackers in today's game. It's a prerequisite for the job. And this guy definitely has it. Followed that play from the start, and he ended it with a loss.
The Cowboys signaling for their first time out. They'll have 2 left to work with before halftime. A less than ideal 3rd and 8 here. Prescott here from the gun. Laying out for this one, and he makes the catch. Cowboys have to get moving here. Clock still running. Throwing on first is Prescott. Ooh, he got hit as he was throwing, and unsurprisingly, he falls incomplete. 2nd down coming up.
That is a DB's best friend, pressure. That pressure earned that incompletion. They came in before he could find a target and hit him to alter that last-second attempt to get rid of it.
2nd down, here's Prescott again. He had it for a moment, but a great defensive play to jar it loose, incomplete. Just couldn't hang on through the contact. So they're left facing 3rd and long.
Defender's not going to be thrilled the catch was almost made on his watch, but more importantly, he breaks it up. Gives him a chance to do a little jawing after the play. Lets the other guy know he roughed him up and cost him that catch.
So after that prior incompletion, we've got 3rd down. Dak throwing again. Pocket isn't holding up. They're able to drop him. And the defense comes through. That's going to back him up and bring up 4th down.
Pretty even match in this first half. You just kind of wait. Well, you just kind of try to get a feel for which defense is going to come to life. And when you get that sack, that can go a long way to infusing some energy on that side of the ball.
Just before halftime, we get a timeout. Take it. So 4th down brings out Brandon Aubrey to try for the Cowboys field goal. Needs a good amount here, too. 51 yards away. And this kick is good. He needed to get all of it there, and he did. Hold on, though. There's a flag down here. Although, if this is on the defense, Brock, they're probably just going to decline it and keep that make. Well, as we all know, halves can't end on a defensive penalty. So now we get an untimed down. There's a flag down, though, so if it's defensive, Brock, halftime's going to have to wait 1 more snap. Can't get the play off in time, and I'm going to wager the call's going to come in much quicker, Brock, for this next snap. Now Brandon Aubrey will try to knock it through for the Cowboys. Definitely not an automatic here. This 41 yards away. Gay's kick is good. And that's going to break our tie and give them a 3-point advantage. We've reached the midway point of this contest. 2 quarters down and an exciting 2 to go. The NFL on EA Sports returns after this. Welcome back, everybody. Kate Scott, Brock Heward with you as we're about set to begin the 3rd quarter. All right, Brock, that was enough of a break. Back to playoff football as the second half of our wild card game gets underway. And we'll have to wait at least a few moments longer for an exciting start to this second half. We've got a touchback. 1st and 10 now from the 30. Back to throw. Here's McCarthy. Dumps it off to his running back. And he's going to bring it up to the 40-yard line before he's stopped.
We've heard it said, and I believe it to my core. Football is the ultimate team sport. And a well-run screen like that is the ultimate team play because it takes all 11 doing their job.
Options are open here. It's 2nd and inches. Now a give up the middle to Jones. And he'll get them enough for a first down.
That's certainly a spot where you could be more aggressive, Kate, if you wanted to take your shots. Some coaches, even the bolder ones, will take the safe play first when they get it from time to time. No third down required now.
1st and 10. Here's McCarthy. That's Jefferson. He's got it. A big play, 23 yards to move those chains.
Yeah, I love that effort, adding as much as possible to that catch while earning the first down. That's called yards after catch, and it's what coaches want from all their pass catchers on the roster.
They're set up at the 35 now. The Vikings call a timeout. It'll be their first, as that'll leave them with just 2 to use the rest of the way. They're set up at the 35 now. Out of the gun, a give to Jones. And he works his way for a gain of 4.
You know, Kate, these are some of the little hidden plays in a game. Right? Doesn't look like a whole lot on the stat sheet, but A, it gets a good yardage.